What up, fam? Daily Thoughts episode 45. And on today's episode, I want to talk about loving yourself. Now, we all think we love ourselves. And I'm not talking about surface level, because surface level love, of course we all love ourselves. Of course we all love what we see in the reflection when we look in the mirror. You know what I mean? Or we catch a glimpse of our reflection when we're walking past a window or a car or anywhere where we see our reflection. We all love seeing our own reflection. So I'm not talking about that love, guys. And that's the love that I used to have for myself. And I used to think that I did love myself, but I was wrong. Because we think that, by loving yourselves, you got to like what you see back in the reflection. And that's not the case at all. Yeah, that obviously helps, but it's not the case. I'm talking about loving yourself for who you are, for deep, down, at your core, who you are as a person, all your flaws, all your imperfections, everything about you. So I'm not talking about surface level shit, guys. I'm talking about what's inside here. And it wasn't until I realized that actually I don't really love myself. I thought I did because of that whole surface level crap. But it wasn't until I started asking questions about myself and started digging deeper that I realized that I actually didn't love myself. So this is where a massive shift happened for me, because you hear that saying, you need to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. And we all hear that. We all hear it. It's one thing hearing it, it's another thing actually understanding it and practicing it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't until I made that shift and I just started asking questions. And started realizing that I didn't love the person who I was, the decisions I was making. I had all this shame, all this guilt, all this I just didn't like the person who I was. On the surface I did, but deep down I didn't. So first, I think the first big thing, guys, is to just really ask yourself a few questions. Ask yourself, do I like myself do I like myself with the choices I'm making? Do I like my imperfections? Do I embrace my flaws? Because if you don't love who you are, it's right, you can't love anybody else. And this is not even about loving anybody else. To move forward in life, to really take control of your life, you need to love yourself. You need to look after yourself. And some people think that's selfish. I don't think it's selfish at all, because if you're not right, how can you change anything else around you? So just really, the first thing is ask yourself a few questions and dig deep. It's not easy. No one likes going deep, because it brings up a lot of things, and you might not like what the answers are back to the questions you're asking. You know what I mean? So start asking questions, and then once you start asking questions, just the first step is really owning who you are. That doesn't mean you don't have to change as a person. That doesn't mean you have to accept who you are, but just start owning who you are, because you are who you are. You are unique. No one's perfect. Everybody has flaws. Everybody has imperfections, but really own them. But just know that you can change other things in your life, because once you love yourself and truly love yourself for who you are and the person you're becoming, I think you start to love yourself when you really are doing something that you love, and when you're actually giving back, and when you can change people's lives. That's another thing. When you find something you're passionate about and you can help others, that love for yourself just grows even further. So my message for you today, guys, is, I guess, learn to love yourself, not the surface level stuff. Learn to love what's deep inside you, because when you can love who you are at the core, then everything else can change. You can start making better decisions. You can start growing as a person. First, just understand that you are who you are. That doesn't mean you can't change. Just accept yourself, all your flaws, love your flaws and imperfections, and then watch how everything else change. Hopefully this can help someone today out there, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.